Welcome to the Changemakers Corner, powered by Fuel, an interview series spotlighting different grassroots leaders, social impact innovators, and young changemakers across Toronto and the GTA. At Changemakers Corner, we pull back the curtain on changemaking work, shine a light on the realities of the social impact sector, and reimagine a better future for meaningful and authentic change in our communities. Learn more about Fuel at fuelchange.org and on social media at Fueling Changemakers. With another YAC edition and none other than Angélica. How are you, Angélica?
Thank you. I'm good, thank you. I'm feeling good. Yes.
You're feeling good?
Very excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. You've seen a few of the interviews already, so
Yes.
I'm glad that we can get you into the chair now. I know you're coming here from an exam.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It went great. Yeah.
Did it? Yeah?
Yeah,
Is that
it
you
did.
just being like, but it really went great?
No, it really went great.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like high scores.
Yeah.
What we need in universities.
And I like also. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and you like the
Yeah.
program too. What is
Yeah.
the program, by the way?
Okay, it's international development. Yeah.
That's the course. Okay.
Yeah, at Centennial College.
And what year are you in?
It's like a 1-year program, like 4 semester. It's kind of weird to be
Okay.
named 1 year, but it's so I am third semester. No? Yeah.
Okay, third semester international development.
Yep.
Okay, great. So who are you beyond that? Who is Angélica? How do you introduce yourself? Where are you?
Okay, so every time someone asks me that question here, in that is not like my home country, I said, okay, I'm Angélica. I come from Colombia, and that's the first thing I always say. And it's because being here, I feel I'm like very identified with my origin. So I come from Colombia, so my native language is Spanish. I am a person, a woman that is very passionate about different things in life, but most of it like spiritually related things. And I'm very like empathetic and sensitive about animals, about people's feelings, about others, what others can be feeling. So not only like human beings, but also other beings in general. So I will say that that's what got me here into that program. Into what I studied originally, and but not only professionally, but also personally, like shapes who I am. So I will say that of me. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And I guess if you're in Colombia, you're not saying, hi, my name is Angélica, I'm
No.
from Colombia. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will start differently. Yeah.
But I think being, because you've traveled a bit in your life, right? Because
Yes.
you were in the States first and then you came to Canada. So I feel like when you leave home, that's when Colombia becomes something you introduce yourself with
Exactly.
for people who aren't from there,
Yeah.
right? That's very interesting. Because I mean, I was born here in Canada, but oftentimes, so when I'm in the Philippines, I don't need to tell anyone that I'm Filipino.
Exactly, yeah.
But when I'm here, I still do say, like, that's part of one of the things I identify with is I am Filipino, And I
Yeah.
think that's interesting.
And also because eventually someone is gonna ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" Because of your accent, always, like all the time, like so. I just go there before they ask me. So
Does it annoy
Right?
you to be
no,
asked
it doesn't
that?
at all. Yeah, it doesn't annoy me at all. So, but I mean, I know they're gonna ask me anyway, or they will like to know or something.
Yeah. So not necessarily ask you as in to be like rude, but ask you because they're genuinely curious, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is the origin story of Angélica, and you mentioned that you're from Colombia, but I want a little bit more of a journey from there to now taking international development at Centennial College in Scarborough.
Yeah. So, I originally studied law back in Colombia. I mean, when you're really young, or when I was that young, like 16 years old, I didn't really knew what I wanted to do with my life or be in my life. And also in that specific society, in this specific society, I was like pressured to do something that make money, right? So I was having like a lot of pressure from my from the society, also like advice, I could say, from family and friends, and also like like government policies, stuff like that, and also taking into account the economy of Colombia. So I was like, okay, law is a very good career everywhere, and that could help me make good money. But also, I chose it because I always like things related like with social, like humanities, things related with that. I like writing. I like I didn't like that much numbers, so that was like a division. So that's why I chose to study law, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I was good at it, and it was long. It was like 6 years, but it made me passionate about different things. And another reason why I chose it, and that I reaffirmed that it was a good choice, is that I could focus in many different things, like different branches of law. And one of those was like international law and human rights and environmental law, which I always liked, but not only like professionally, but also in my personal life. So I was like, okay, this is great. I can focus on different things. So that's why I kept studying this. And then after I was done, I was like, okay, I don't want to stay in Colombia, but originally I knew that by choosing law, I will kind of have to stay in Colombia because law is different in every country. So in order for me to be a lawyer in another country, I will have to study again. So like, okay, my mind was set to stay in Colombia and work there but I changed a lot. In 6 years, I changed a lot. So I didn't want to live there anymore for many reasons. But the main reason was like my security, how I felt there. And because I was living in the main city that is Bogota, 11 million people, it's not safe at all, and it's becoming less safe every day. So it's very hard, and even more as a woman, to walk in the streets and feel safe. And that was the main reason that I was like, okay, I don't want to live like this forever, and I want to live somewhere that I feel safer. Like that's like a vital thing in my life, like eating, like sleeping, like feel safe. So that's one of the major reasons. Other was the economy of Colombia. Like even though I got a good job as a lawyer, I didn't like it that much. It was not like fulfilling my passion. And second, I didn't see a growth there because of Colombia, or I didn't see a growth as I wanted to. I have friends that have great jobs and they do what they like, etc. But it was not my path anymore. So I was like, okay, I want to go out the country, but I have to do it on my own, like financially talking and everything. I decided to start researching Canada, Australia, Spain, United States, etc. Then pandemic hit. That was 2020. So I was working in a law firm, so that I had to kind of stop that dream because of pandemic. And then, but also the process during pandemic like reinforced my dream, like that, and my choice. And once vaccinations are starting to happen and borders are starting to open, then I went to United States. And my purpose was like to save enough money, to study my master's, my postgraduate degree. I was planning to do it there, but I ended up doing it here. So I was like in United States for like 2.5 years. I wanted to see my family, so I traveled to Colombia first. Then I came here in January. So it was a path where I grew a lot because I was very independent, because it was my first time leaving my mom's house. And not only the house, but also the country. So I first did it on United States, then I came here, and I've been like, this is my 4th winter, so I've been like changing countries. I don't want to do it anymore because it's very exhausting, like emotionally, financially, everything is so exhausting. So I'm finishing now my postgraduate graduate certificate in international development, as I said here, and I chose that specific program because I was, like I said, I was very passionate about things related with human rights and environmental sustainability, and this specific program has both, and that's why I like this program. That's why I chose it. It's not like I am like studying law again here, but like focusing on a way and on a kind of branch, I could say, is related still, but it's not like I'm practicing law anymore here. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's the journey. Yeah, I knew a little bit about the journey. Want to just appreciate how much like bravery it's taken to live in all these different places while figuring out what exactly you want to do. I feel like that's like not an easy journey, but it seems like you're doing it with a lot of grace. So yeah, just very appreciative of you. So we started working together at the when you got hired on as one of the members of the Youth Advisory Committee. Tell us a little bit about your work with Fuel, how that's been for you, but also like why is community and a focus of wellness so important for change makers? Why do you think that? Yeah.
Yeah, so it has been great for me actually, and I feel like Fuel is very authentic in making people feel part of that community. Oh good.
Oh yeah, no.
And making people feel part of that community, and like their focus on young people. I feel like they really make us feel like part of this community, and I feel very identified with their values, with many things we have shared with different members of the Fuel staff. So I think that's one of the main things, like you feel safe in that space and you feel like you can really talk and be yourself, right? You don't have to pretend. And Erica also has been great. I mean, I really am appreciative of what she does and what she has done also for my life, and all what that she has like advice. I mean, not advice, but we don't say that word, but like all we have been able to talk, like it's been really helpful for my path here in Canada. So I'm really grateful of that team, and what it has been for me is like I was new here, and I got here in January. I knew about Fuel through one of your breaking bets in February. I started engaging with you, and then I knew about this opportunity in the Youth Advisory Committee. I didn't know much about it. Everything was new for me. I just did it, and it has been very like a great experience. I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot more about what you do. Also, I have been part of developing some of the ideas and some things that you want to do. And now in relation to why I think wellness is very important and all of that, in young change makers, I think it's because many times we don't focus on that, and I feel that's why Fuel is kind of doing this, but because we left that out to a side and we focus on just doing the job, right? And just going and going and going and not stopping and just like doing the job, and don't taking into account how we feel and if we are doing right for us. And I have always said this, like we have to be okay first, completely fine, like mentally, physically, to help others, right? So I always have taken that into account for my life. Like I want to help people. I want to do projects to help children, environmental projects, etc. But if I'm not okay, if I'm not eating okay, if I'm not sleeping okay, then I'm not gonna be able to give the 100%, and then there's no point, right? So I think that's why it's very important to focus on wellness, and what I have seen of Fuel with Many of their activities, many of their events, their spiritually retreat you had is great. And I had feedback of that from a friend, and I know that it was a truly authentic space to talk about themselves and really like have a spiritually and safe space to like stop a little bit in this rush life of working or studying or doing both at the same time, and but just like exist. And that's like a very important thing, like just to stop and breathe and exist for a moment in the present, not like thinking about the past, the future, just like existing. So that's what you are doing and what I've been witnessing that you're doing that I really liked. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what else. Did I miss a question there? Or?
No, that was great. That was beautiful, and thank you. I mean, I'm. You know what? I think that last thing you said was perfect. Like that. That's like an amalgamation of all of the interviews that we've had.
Yeah.
Is that last phrase you said? Like, it's exactly what all of these. Like what the reason for all of these conversations we've been having is really just learning other ways to just exist in the world without having to do or, you know, just be for a moment what that looks like. And so thank you for summing that all up. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that concludes our final interview of the day of Changemakers Corner. Thank you so much, Angelica.
Thank you.
One more round of applause for Angelica, whoever's in the room. Thank you so much, Angelica. Great job.